GoHighLevel has a $97 plan, a $297 plan, and a $497 plan, but the monthly subscription is only part of the real cost. Depending on how you use the platform, you could also pay for phone numbers, text messages, emails, AI tools, and other add-ons. And if you're an agency selling sub-accounts, the plan you choose determines whether you can pass some of those costs on to your clients and whether HighLevel can automatically create accounts when someone starts a free trial. So in this video, I'm going to explain what you actually get with each GoHighLevel plan in 2026, the additional charges that aren't included in the base subscription, and which plan I would choose for a single business, a multi-location company, a new agency, or an agency that wants to sell HighLevel as software. By the end, you should know exactly which plan makes sense for you without paying for features you don't need. What's going on, everybody? This is Jesse's AI clone. Don't worry, Jesse still writes and reviews all of the content before it gets posted. On this channel, we talk about GoHighLevel, AI, automation, and practical systems that can help you save time and grow your business. Quick disclosure, I'm a GoHighLevel affiliate, so if you decide to try it using the link in the description, I may earn a commission at no additional cost to you. I'll still give you my honest opinion about which plan makes sense, and for many people, it is not the most expensive one. One quick note before we get into it, these are HighLevel's published prices as of August 2026. Software pricing and usage rates can change, so I'll include a link below where you can confirm the latest details. Let's start with the three main plans. The first option is the starter plan at $97 per month, or $970 per year if you pay annually. This plan includes up to 3 sub-accounts, plus unlimited contacts and unlimited users. It also includes the main HighLevel features most businesses care about: the CRM, pipelines, calendars, forms, funnels, and websites, workflows, social media management, reputation management, courses, communities, invoicing, and more. So who should choose the $97 plan? In my opinion, this is the best starting point for a solo business owner, a small company, or someone who wants to use HighLevel for their own business rather than build an agency. A sub-account is basically a separate business location or client workspace. If you only operate one business, you may only need one. You could also use the other two for a second brand, another location, or a test account. The starter plan can also work for a brand new agency with only 1 or 2 clients. However, once you need more than 3 sub-accounts, you'll have to upgrade. That is the main limitation. It isn't that the $97 plan is missing the entire CRM or automation system. The biggest practical restriction is the 3 sub-account limit, along with fewer agency-level rebilling and SaaS features. My recommendation is simple. If you're using HighLevel primarily for one business, start here. Don't pay $297 or $497 just because those plans sound more powerful if you won't use the agency features. The next option is the unlimited plan at $297 per month or $2,970 per year. This includes everything in starter, but the big difference is unlimited sub-accounts. You also get basic API access and the ability to rebill supported phone and email costs to clients without adding a markup. This is the plan that makes sense for a growing agency that wants to manage more than 3 clients but does not need the full SaaS mode system. If you sign a 4th client, you don't pay another platform fee for that extra sub-account. You can continue adding sub-accounts while your base HighLevel subscription stays at $297 per month. Of course, each sub-account can still generate its own usage charges, which we'll discuss in a minute. The $297 plan can also make sense outside the traditional agency model. For example, a business with several locations might want a separate sub-account for each location, so each one has its own phone number, calendar, contacts, pipelines, reporting, and automations. If you run a franchise, a multi-location service company, or several brands under one organization, the $297 plan may be a better fit even if you never sell HighLevel to outside clients. For most traditional agencies, I would think of the $297 plan as the practical scaling plan, unlimited client accounts without paying for SaaS mode before you need it. The third main option is Agency Pro at $497 per month or $4,970 per year. This includes everything in the unlimited plan, plus SaaS mode, automated sub-account creation, the ability to rebill supported phone and email usage with a markup, more advanced API access, and additional user and agent reporting. This plan is designed for agencies that want to turn HighLevel into a more automated software offer. Instead of manually creating a sub-account, applying the correct snapshot, setting permissions, and configuring billing every time someone signs up, SaaS mode can automate much of that process. And this becomes especially important if you want to offer free trials. Imagine you put a 14-day trial on your website and 30 people sign up. On the $297 plan, you can create unlimited sub-accounts, but you may still have to manually create and configure those accounts. That creates work for you before you even know which trial users will become paying customers. With the $497 plan, someone can select your SaaS offer, enter their information, and have the appropriate sub-account created automatically. That makes a free trial funnel much more realistic because you aren't manually building accounts for every person who wants to test the software. So if your offer depends on self-service sign-up or a meaningful volume of free trials, the additional $200 per month can make sense very quickly. One of the biggest differences between the $297 and $497 plans is not simply the number of sub-accounts, it is what you can do with usage billing. On the $297 plan, you can rebill supported phone and email usage to clients at cost. So if a client generates $20 in supported usage, you can charge that $20 back to the client instead of absorbing it yourself. That protects your existing profit margin, but it does not add any additional margin to the usage itself. On the $497 plan, supported usage can become another profit center. Through SaaS mode, you can apply a markup to eligible usage and set a higher client-facing price. That can include supported costs connected to text messages, phone calls, email sending, premium workflow features, and eligible AI services depending on the product's rebilling settings. For a simple example, imagine HighLevel charges your agency $20 for a client's supported usage during the month. On the $297 plan, you could rebill the client $20 and recover your costs. On the $497 plan, you might configure the client-facing charge to be $30 or $40. HighLevel still collects the underlying usage cost, but your agency keeps the difference as additional profit. That may not sound enormous for one client, but across 20, 50, or 100 sub-accounts, the extra margin can become significant. Instead of phone, email, and AI usage being costs you merely pass through, they can contribute to the profitability of your SaaS offer. The exact markup options depend on the supported service, and AI products can have their own rebilling requirements. For example, the $497 plan is required to rebill AI employee. But the larger point is that the $297 plan is primarily about recovering supported usage costs, while the $497 plan gives you the ability to generate additional margin from eligible usage. A large multi-location business could potentially use this plan too, especially if it needs the more advanced API access or automated account creation. But for most individual businesses, the $497 plan is more than they need. Its strongest value is for agencies building a scalable SaaS or hybrid agency and software offer. Now let's talk about the part that causes the most confusion. Paying $97, $297, or $497 gives you access to the platform, but it does not mean every action inside HighLevel is free. Some services have usage-based or per-location charges. These aren't necessarily hidden fees, they are costs tied to services such as telecommunications, email delivery, and AI model usage. But you should understand them before choosing a plan or setting your client pricing. Phone service is usage-based on every plan. You may pay a small monthly rental fee for each phone number. You'll also pay for inbound and outbound text message segments, MMS messages, and phone call minutes. In the United States, businesses using local numbers for application-to-person texting may also have A2, P registration, campaign, and carrier fees. The exact amount depends on the country, number type, message length, carrier fees, and usage. One detail people miss is that a long text may be split into multiple segments, so one message can cost more than one standard SMS segment. If you use voice AI, the AI subscription does not eliminate the underlying phone charge. Even when the AI portion of a call is included, the normal phone system charges still apply. LC email is also usage-based. HighLevel's current published rate is 67.5 cents per 1,000 emails. Email validation is a separate optional cost at $2.50 per 1,000 validations. Validation can help you identify invalid or risky addresses before sending, which can protect deliverability. For most small businesses, these email costs may be relatively low, but an agency sending large campaigns across many sub-accounts should still include them in its pricing. AI is another major category that is not simply included without limits in the base platform price. In 2026, HighLevel offers 3 general ways to pay for its AI suite at each enabled location. The first is pay per use with no additional monthly AI subscription. You pay based on the supported AI actions and model usage. This can make sense if a location only uses AI occasionally. The second is AI employee growth at $50 per month per enabled location. It currently includes 1,000 conversation AI agent responses per month, 100 combined voice AI minutes, unlimited reviews AI, and content AI subject to fair use rules, plus included usage for several other AI tools. If you exceed certain limits, overages can be billed at pay-per-use rates. The third is AI Employee Unlimited at $97 per month per enabled location. This includes unlimited conversation AI, voice AI, reviews AI, and content AI subject to fair use, along with higher included usage for Ask AI and AI Studio. However, unlimited does not mean every AI feature and every related service is free. Agent Studio remains pay-per-use, Ask AI and AI Studio have their own usage framework, and phone system charges still apply to voice AI calls. Also remember that AI Employee is priced per enabled location. If 5 client sub-accounts each use the $97 unlimited AI plan, that is 5 separate $97 subscriptions, not one $97 charge covering the whole agency. There are other services you may choose to add, including WordPress hosting, WhatsApp, online listings, premium prospecting, dedicated sending IPs, domain purchases, branded apps, and premium workflow executions. You do not need all of these to use HighLevel. They are optional tools with their own pricing, so your actual monthly cost depends on what you enable. This is particularly important for agencies. Usage-based services are commonly funded through the agency wallet. In other words, HighLevel may charge the agency first for supported usage generated by its sub-accounts. On the $297 plan, agencies can rebill supported phone and email costs back to the client at cost. Think of that as cost recovery. The client reimburses the agency for the usage they generated. On the $497 plan, agencies can add markup to eligible services through SaaS mode. Think of that as cost recovery plus profit. The client pays the marked up rate, the underlying usage cost is covered, and the agency keeps the additional margin. The $497 plan is also required to rebill AI employee usage. So if you're selling sub-accounts, you typically should not absorb all of your client's phone, email, and AI costs as a permanent business expense. You can structure your billing so the client pays for the services they use, or include a usage allowance in your monthly package and price it accordingly. But there is an important cash flow distinction. The agency wallet may still be charged first, and then the client is rebilled. You should keep enough money in the wallet, turn on the correct rebilling settings, connect a working payment method for the client, and monitor failed payments. You also need to be clear with clients about what is included in their subscription and what is billed separately. Otherwise, small usage charges can create unnecessary confusion. Here is the simplest way I would decide. Choose the $97 starter plan if you are a single business, solo marketer, or very small agency that needs no more than 3 sub-accounts. Choose the $297 unlimited plan if you are an agency with more than 3 clients or a multi-location business that wants separate accounts for several locations. It gives you unlimited sub-accounts without forcing you to pay for SaaS mode. Choose the $497 Agency Pro plan if you want to sell HighLevel as a more automated SaaS offer, add markup to supported usage, rebill AI employee, use advanced API access, or automatically create accounts when customers sign up. And if you want to offer free trials at scale, I would strongly consider the $497 plan. Unlimited sub-accounts on the $297 plan solve the account limit, but automated sub-account creation on the $497 plan solves the operational problem. You don't want to manually create and configure an account every time someone starts a trial. For most people, I would start with the least expensive plan that meets their needs. You can always upgrade as your business or agency grows. So the real question is not simply whether GoHighLevel costs $97, $297, or $497 per month. The better question is, how many separate businesses or clients do you need to manage? Do you want to automate the sale and creation of sub-accounts? And which usage-based services will you or your clients actually use? If you answer those 3 questions, choosing the right plan becomes much easier. If you want to try GoHighLevel, the affiliate link in the description gives new customers an extended 30-day free trial instead of the standard 14 days. I may earn a commission if you continue as a paying customer at no additional cost to you. And if you sign up through my link, you'll also be able to access additional resources and support that I provide to my affiliates. If this video helped you understand the pricing, give it a like, subscribe for more GoHighLevel and AI tutorials, and leave a comment telling me which plan you're considering. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.